Most relatable character in Honkai style rail, guys, right here, Qingque. She's the most relatable character because why? She gambas. And why is that relatable? Because we all gamba for the characters we want and love. And maybe you should gamba for her too because she's on the current banner. And so in today's video, guys, we're going to do a build guide on Qingque here, talking about why she is good, but also gamba, which is also fun. So yeah, let's hop into it now, guys. Let's talk about the gamba queen right here, the most relatable character in Honkai Star Rail. Yippee-ki-yay. So guys, we'll first start off with like her skills and abilities and stuff like that. Then we'll talk about the Lightcones, then traces, then relics, then Eidelons, a showcase at the end of the video, and then maybe some teams you can use her in. She's a DPS, so it's pretty self-explanatory, but we'll show a team that we use her in anyways and explain why. But yeah, I'll also be dividing this video up by timestamps. So if you want to skip to a certain timestamp, just go to the description. There should be timestamps there to go to each section of the video. But let's go ahead and talk about our abilities now, guys. So you might be asking, why does her skills use so many skill points? So this is the skill right here, guys. Immediately draws 2 J tiles and increases damage by 18% until the end of the turn. This effect can be stacked up to 4 times. The turn will not end after the skill is used. So basically what this does, guys, is you just keep drawing tiles until you get 4 tiles if you want to get maximum damage, or you draw tiles until you get no 4 tiles and you just do your mediocre damage. But the more tiles you draw and the more time you use this ability, the higher your damage is going to stack. At level 4, it's going to be increasing your damage by 18% up to 4 times. So of course, with the higher levels you get with this, the higher that damage multiplier is going to be, and that's a really big damage buff at times. Honestly, guys, my Qingque during testing was hitting harder than my E6 Danny Don Hung. It's kind of crazy, I know, but yeah, it uses a lot of skill points though. Hopping into the ultimate now, guys, she'll be dealing quantum damage to all enemies, and she'll also be getting 4 Jade tiles of the same type, meaning whenever you go into her next turn, she'll be activating her special basic attack, which is brought up here in the talent, guys. When an ally turn starts, Qingque randomly draws 1 tile from 3 different suits and can hold up to 4 tiles at one time. If Qingque starts her turn with 4 tiles, all of the same suit, she consumes all tiles and enter the hidden hand state. While she's in this state, she cannot use her skills again. At the same time, her attack is going to be increased by a certain percentage, and her basic attack is going to be changed to a special basic attack. So basically, every single time that your teammates take a turn, she will be getting an extra tile in her hand, which just helps her out to use less skill points at times, but also you get lower damage because you're using less skill points, so your damage multiplier is not going as high. So, I mean, it's kind of like a win-loss, depending on how you think about it there. That means we also need to talk about her basic attack as well. Basically, she's going to be targeting one enemy. She basically uses one of the Jade tiles you have, the one of the fewest suits. So that means if you have like 3 flowers and 1 dragon, she'll use 1 dragon tile. So you have an easier time of getting to 4 flower tiles. But whenever you get her ability, her cherry on top, her enhanced basic attack, you'll then be doing damage to all enemies, which is just really, really nice. But this cannot recover a skill point, so keep that in mind, guys, whenever you use cherry on top blast attack. Alright, guys, with our abilities out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about her best Lightcones now. So the best Lightcone slot for her and every other Urdation character is going to be the Before Dawn Lightcone, a 5-star Lightcone. This is going to be Qingque's Lightcone, so this is not even available to get right now because you do have to pull it through like a featured banner where this is on the banner. So yeah, kind of down bad to actually get this right now. So if you don't have this already, then this is obviously not going to be a viable option for you. What's another good viable option? Her second best in slot is going to be her signature Lightcone, which is unfortunately another pay-to-win Lightcone. You can only get this from the battle pass, guys. Today is another peaceful day. Whenever you enter battle, it increases the wearer's damage based off their max energy. So basically, whatever their energy cost is for their ultimate is going to scale off that max energy and give them a damage multiplying buff off that. It's non-conditional. It's really good, especially for her because she does have a pretty high energy cost for her ult, that being a 140. So you do get that 140 times 0.20% at a S1. So that equals around 28% increased damage for her at an S1, guys. Unfortunately, there aren't very many like good free-to-play options for her, even with her being a completely free-to-play character. This would be the best free-to-play option for her, which would be the Seriousness of Breakfast. Is going to increase the wearer's damage by a certain percentage. For every defeated enemy, they get an attack increase as well. The best thing here, obviously, being the increased damage. Just getting that base increased damage there is really, really nice. And I think this is going to be the best Lightcone for her by far, if you're free-to-play. Hey guys, one thing I noticed during editing is I didn't mention the Seriousness of Breakfast at S5. Guys, at S5, this is going to be giving you a 24% damage increase, so it's pretty similar to that of the pay-to-win Lightcone you get from the Battle Pass. So just wanted to let you guys know that, so it is pretty comparable at S5 to the Battle Pass light cone. Let's go. But that's really all I have to say about the light cones, guys. I mean, there's not really any other good ones you could really use on her. I mean, Make the World Clamor, it's not gonna really do too much because you're not really relying on her ultimate damage that much. Talking about the traces now, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the bonus abilities first, and then we'll talk about her actual abilities itself, and then we'll talk about how to level those up. So first one you get here, guys, is gonna be Tile Battle, restores 1 skill point when using the skill. This effect can only be triggered 1 time per battle. This means whenever you use her skill for the first time to draw a tile, you'll automatically get refunded 1 skill point, which is alright for, like, I guess first turn consistency, but outside of that, it's okay. Her E2 is gonna be buy time. Whenever using the skill, increased damage boost effect of attacks is increased by an extra 10%. This is just really good, guys. You're getting an extra 10% damage when you're using the skill, so absolutely amazing. This is really good. And then finally, her last one, guys, Winning Hand. QQ speed is increased by 10% for 1 turn after using an enhanced basic attack. So I mean, overall of these basic effects, the best one to level at first is gonna be buy time, guys. This would be the number one I would focus on, just because you're getting that extra 10% damage. The second one here, guys, I would say is probably Winning Hand, just because you get the increased speed. And then finally will be Tile Battle, because this only affects you at the very start of battle normally, because you're gonna be using the skill anyways. So yeah, that's how I'd level those up. Talking about how to level up our skills now, guys, actually on this one, I made a mistake here and didn't level this up, just because when I was trying to build her first, I didn't level up her skills correctly. Anyways, you should be leveling up her basic attack first, guys. The reason why is because this is where her main damage source is going to be coming from, because when you draw the tiles and do your enhanced attack, it's also going to be increasing the damage from that enhanced attack as well. So this should be the main thing you're upgrading here, is that basic attack. Secondly, guys, should be the skill, because each time you draw a tile, you will be getting increased damage every single time you draw a tile. Next one, guys, is going to be the ultimate, because it attacks all the enemies and you're just getting extra damage from the ultimate. And then finally would be the talent, guys, just because talent just increases the attack by a certain percentage, and it's just overall not that good as far as these other ones goes. So as far as my recommendation, again, guys, it would be basic attack, skill, ultimate, and then talent. One of the few characters that their basic attack actually does matter, and I don't have it leveled up, but you guys will see the amount of damage she is doing with a level 2 basic attack. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see that. Guys, wait, before we hop into the relics, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Qingque will not give you good gamba luck if you don't, and I know you want good gamba luck because you're probably wanting to pull for a character in the future. Kafka. If you don't subscribe to the channel, then all your luck's gone, and Qingque will not bless you because she is the gacha god. Anyways, let's get back to the relics now. Talking about the relics now, guys. Relic here is pretty easy. I think it's pretty obvious what you should be running here. Just a 4-piece Genius of the Brilliant Stars here. Just that 4-piece quantum set, guys. She's doing quantum damage to all enemies, and you just want to get as much quantum damage as you possibly can. Another alternative, guys, would be a 2-piece of the quantum set, 2-piece of Musketeer, especially if you're earlier game and you don't want to farm this quantum set, because the quantum set is not too good to farm, just because you are getting this stinky set, Guard of the Weathering Snow, when you're farming it. So it's just overall not like a good stage to farm, because you're only getting really one usable thing from the actual domain or corrosion cavern itself. So yeah, as far as the planner set goes, guys, just really run 2-piece Space Ceiling. That's the only thing you need to run on her. That's the only thing that's really going to be really good for her. So guys, let's talk about the stats you need to run now. So as far as the boots go, guys, I would just recommend running speed here. You could run attack percentage. I just find speed to be a little bit better, just because she is going to be the main one doing damage on your team, and just getting her out in the field and using those tiles and doing the damage is going to be the main focus and priority there. On the body, guys, we're literally just running crit rate or crit damage. It really depends on what your crit ratio is here. If your crit ratio is not a 2-to-1, then just try to get that in check with the actual body itself. Right now, guys, I'm just running a crit rate 1 to get my crit balance in check. As far as the link rope, guys, we're just running attack percentage here. I see people use energy recharge, which, I mean, you could use energy recharge, but it doesn't really matter too much. I would just recommend running an attack percentage chain here. It just does the most for you. Now, guys, finally for the spear, you want to be running a quantum damage boost spear. Now, I understand this can be hard to get, so I mean, you could put a attack percentage spear here, but I do think your damage would fall off quite a bit if you did that. But yeah, quantum damage boost is the main thing you want to be running here, guys. So guys, hopping into some of the substats you would want to run now, you want to run the same substats as just about any other DPS in the game. Your main 2 substats you're focusing on here, guys, is going to be crit rate, crit damage. You want to be also trying to get some attack attack percentage in there and some speed as well. If you're looking for like a 5th substat that could also work, I would also say break effect would not be the worst case scenario on this, because you probably will be breaking the shield on enemies, and her break damage is not bad. Taking a look here at my stats now, guys, is as you can see, we have a 36% crit rate, 69% crit damage, which is not very good, but we are running that 25% break effect here on the set. Just it's inherently in the set. I didn't like really build for it at all. It's just a good substat that I found to be helpful with the team just overall. Our speed obviously over here is also at 127, guys, so we are taking use of the Stellar Space Station sub effect, which after 120 speed you get the extra attack. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and talk about her Eidelons, because she's on the current banner and you'll be summoning and you'll probably be getting her. So let's go ahead and talk about the Eidelons here. Me, I have E1, which means the ultimate deals 10% more damage. It's okay, it's pish posh. I mean, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's kind of mid. So yeah, E2, guys. Each time draw tile is triggered, Qingque immediately regenerates 1 energy. This one's alright. I mean, she has 140 energy. I mean, this will help a little bit getting the ultimate back, but I don't think it really does too much, if I'm being honest with you guys. E4, guys, is actually going to be pretty big. After the character's skill is used, there's a 24% fixed chance to gain Qingque, which lasts until the end of the turn. With the effect active, the basic attack or enhanced basic attack immediately launches 1 follow-up attack on the same target, dealing quantum damage equal to 100% of the previous attack. So guys, this basically means you're getting 2 attacks out. This one is really strong here. There is a chance, because you know her whole kit has to be chance based because she is Gamba Queen. So yeah, guys, this right here is just really nice to have, because you are gonna have a chance to get a big follow-up attack here. And then finally, guys, E6, recover 1 skill point after using enhanced basic attack. Yeah, so this just means whenever you use the enhanced basic attack, you'll be getting 1 skill point back, which I think just helps the flow of the team better, because you're obviously not getting that skill point back normally. So yeah, E6 is one of the better ones, E4 being the best. So if you're pulling 4, I would recommend getting E4, because this is going to give her the biggest damage boost here, I think. Alright guys, hopping into our character showcase now. The team we're using is going to be Qingque, Silverwolf, Qingque, and also Gforce, the boy, the man, the myth, the legend here. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and show off kind of what the damage we're going to do here on this enemy is. By the way, if we miss any abilities with Silverwolf, it's because I don't have any Lightcone on Silverwolf right now, because I didn't really care about Silverwolf's damage, though I probably should have done something, because I didn't think about not hitting my debuffs off. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Alright, so as you guys can see right now, she's already at 3 of the same matching tiles, so that means whenever it gets to her turn, we are going to have a chance to easily get another tile. Hopefully we get another tile. Oh, come on, don't. Okay. Yeah, we got the tile. Wow. Okay, let's see how much damage you do. That was 3 tiles drawn, so that means like what? It should give us our damage increase number here. So yeah, we're getting an extra 28% damage increase right now. We got 3 stacks of it, so that's very pog. Let's see how much damage you do. 15,000 damage with that. That is insane. Let's go ahead and hit the ultimate off as well. This is going to be giving some like shield break damage as well. 15,000 damage from the ultimate. As you can see, the skill damage did most of the damage there, guys. It's not even really the ult that's doing the damage. It's the skill damage, like I said before. Now we do have all the matching tiles, so we don't need to use like a skill point on her as of right now anyways. That was also that a Qingque buff. I just realized we didn't even buff with Qingque before, and it was 15k. Yeah, we get the 4 tiles because you get 4 of the same tiles after using the ultimate. 5,000 damage, not too much. Like I said, you get a lot of the damage from actually drawing tiles from her. So yeah, if you don't get much damage, that's the reason why. It's drawing the tiles, guys. That's why I recommend just leveling up like the basic attack. So when you do have an attack like that, you are hitting a little bit higher damage out. So yeah, let's just see here. Go ahead and ult with Silverwolf here just to actually get a little bit more of the defense shred on the enemy here. Let's go ahead and draw with Miss Qingque here. Okay, she got it in 1 attack. So yeah, this should be like a base level, just like 1 buff, because she only drew 1 time from her ability there. So she is getting a 28% damage buff here. Before she was getting like a 70% damage increase or something like that, which was really nice. So let's see what damage we do now with 1 draw. 6,000 damage. We didn't do any shield break there though, but still not bad damage as far as that goes. I think it's still pretty sick considering it's only a level 2 skill right now, guys. And if you take a look at the bottom here, guys, every time an enemy goes or someone goes, we do get an extra card. As you can see, we went through everyone's turn there and we got all of our cards matched up immediately. So we just started off with our enhanced attack, which is doing, you know, really good damage, honestly. But okay, now let's do full buff on her this time. This will be a full buff on her this time. We're not going to use her ult just yet because I do kind of want to show like what her damage will do with using like just her skill. Hopefully we don't draw a card off rip here. Yeah. Come on, yeah, okay. 2 draws there. Okay, let's see how much damage we're gonna do. This is gonna be also with a shield break as well. So let's see, 13,000 damage with that, and we're gonna go ahead and hit the ultimate now as well. This will give us our increased cards here for the next turn. 35,000 damage. Now, of course, we did get 2 shield breaks there, and that's one of the reasons why I was saying, you know, maybe build some into break effects, because it can help that damage whenever you break the enemy shield, because he does do AoE attacks. So I mean, breaking shield is not that unlikely of something to happen. So yeah. Pretty sweet, pretty simple there. Yeah, we already have all the cards here. I can't enhance the ability. Let's just see here, 8,000 damage, pretty nice, pretty sweet there. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the character showcase goes, guys, this is her with a level 2 basic attack where most of her damage is coming from, like I said before. So yeah, I mean, honestly, really impressive damage. She is honestly right now doing more damage than my E6 Dan Heng that was built better than her, right? It's actually kind of crazy if you think about it. 2 draws again, dude. Let's go. 6,000 damage. We killed the enemy. Yeah, really nice. Alright guys, talking about some team builds here that you could run for Miss Qingque. Of course, you can run with Silverwolf, Tingyun, and a healer. Silverwolf, Tingyun, a shielder here. You don't even need to run Silverwolf per se. I mean, Silverwolf helps as far as like defense shred goes to just give her more damage. But yeah, you can really slaughter into any team. I mean, she's a DPS, right? You can really slaughter into any team if you're facing someone with like a quantum weakness. So I mean, honestly, as far as team building goes for her, guys, she's pretty flexible as long as they have that requirement. But she does, like I said before, pair up really nicely with Silverwolf, because if you run both of them on the team and an enemy doesn't have a quantum weakness, this is already giving you a 50% chance to actually proc off a quantum debuff on the enemy. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed our video today on the most relatable character in Honkai Star Rail. If you build her, then let me know how your build goes. I mean, I could have not built the best one for sure, but let me know how you guys build yours, because I'm curious to see how much more damage you could actually output with her. I'm surprised with the damage we got at the low level skills that we had. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we are gonna have more build guides coming out on Pela, Yukong, and if I get the Daddy Locha, then we'll do a build guide on him too. But yeah, with that being said, guys, please subscribe to the channel. That's going to do it for today's video. Check out the playlist at the end of the video for all my other build guides, and I'll see you then. Later. Bye-bye.